Good morning again, everyone. I think I'm going to say it up here. Pretty sure. Morning, everyone. First and foremost, no intent to steal your time. I am a different sort of channel. We'll rant, rave, and self-reflect on everything that comes up. So, as always, fair warning, no quarter given. You can always turn the channel. I believe in free will and choice. Now, we had an interaction this morning where at first I got all uppity. And I'm like, well, hey, it's too bad. I thought the title was clickbaity, and in the content I did. But I'm informed that by the end there's some stuff I might want to hear. Now, as I tried to mention, I watched the My Pillow guy fight his fight on election integrity and lose. So it ended up being just, I got hip deep in politics here, and I got burned by the whole thing. So I'm a little resentful right now. So election integrity wasn't floating my boat. But Craig made a good point. You should check. Well, the problem is, that's why I left the Mark Passio up. If I check and then tell you it's a first listen, I'm lying to you. And that little lie alone snowballs into more lies. And the next thing you know, you're lying for money. And it turns out I am trying to develop a much more spiritual capital. I think the Chester P reactions would be more appropriate to reference right now. And if you find them, that artist understands this as well. Looking for the spiritual capital in life, the true money, not the fiat currency. And problem with YouTube is, it's all left-hand path to generate income. I have to think I'm important. I have to think I deserve it. Or I have to follow a formula that pre-existed so I can get success. That is actually not this channel's game plan. This channel is to try to discover and reflect upon truth. That has been or is, does exist, is observable. Truth. So, I'm going to go. I don't know. Let's find out how far we got into it. I thought it was going to be about Freemasonry. That was just sort of the hook to...
About 3 months
All right, we're going to leave it with this. Okay, I'm wrapping it up there.
nationally.
Oh, God, yeah, I'm long-winded. I do not mind hearing myself speak. Damn straight.
Sos Mori was struggling to recruit enough people
to recruit enough people. Okay, that's close enough. I can work with that.
And I know he is.
Oh, shit. I forgot. See, ignorance is bliss on this one for me. And once again, I'd reflect upon the Mark Passio. All right, let's keep going. Is Andrew Bridgen a Freemason? No, not at all.
Compromised, I believe.
Part 2, now. I believe we were on election in proprietaries, and elections suck. Was the takeaway for me.
I believe that he was blackmailed to come back. They knew that Tice wouldn't take enough votes off the Conservatives to give Labour the massive majority with such very low support of less than.
And to be fair, I don't know enough because I live on the other side of the world. Sorry. Once again, I fear for all of Europe. I fear you're all falling to the New World Order, and you're going to be on carbon credits and AI monitored systems for the rest of your life because you didn't fight back. Just to be fair. So I do struggle. Man, I want to hear about the human trafficking stuff. That's my biggest enemy. I think that's something. I think the pedo elite need to be taken down more than anything on the whole planet.
30% support, and he's got 65% of the MPs. And quite honestly, it doesn't matter who you vote for currently
Yeah.
from the Uni Party. Um, all those parties are taking the UK to the same destination. It's only a matter of the speed of the train. With his majority, Starmer's taking us there very, very quickly. It's all Agenda 2030. I suggest
Yeah.
that's another thing that nobody in Parliament ever wants to discuss. No, all
Oh,
the parties are signed up.
well, yeah, because you don't get to be. Okay, it's too bad I didn't get here. I personally believe, for entertainment purposes only, of course, that all of us are enslaved in a globalist system to rebuild the world in their technocratic future. The stockholder capitalism, you will align yourself with the corporations you support. Probably how your kickbacks are coming, because if you ain't signed up to be a member of NVIDIA, you ain't getting the NVIDIA drip. Give it to me, Daddy. Let it ooze down on me. Yeah, see, I don't go for any of that. I don't believe the elites should run shit. They do too much stupid shit in secret and then have got caught at it. I could be a rambling idiot, but I'm positive the elites have been caught doing some funky ass shit. And then we look the other way. Bullshit. Let's start looking right at it. Where's the Epstein list? Where is jail for everyone who even was around it? Yes, because it would restructure the entire planet. Because they're all in on it.
To it. The Conservatives were signed up to it. Labour has signed up to it. You can see it on the government website. Agenda 2030, the United Nations, that is the end game. And it's never debated in Parliament. It's never been put in anybody's manifesto. You've never voted for it, but you're getting it.
Yes! That's actually, it's so clear and easy right there that I don't understand why people don't get it. Both sides are going to bring it in. Yep.
And that's why we've got this endless push for net zero, the insanity around the trans agenda and the indoctrination of our children, ever higher taxes. They do mean to leave you with, you'll own nothing and be happy.
Oh, hey, this is an inappropriately titled video. That's the problem. I had no clue, right? You literally knock off the context of the title in the first minute. How do you hook people? I know. I have a hard time having people watch 40 minutes of content too. But the takeaway right now at 8 minutes in is the pedo elite is bad, whether I say it or this guy says it, because that's who runs this group. There's who you, and I watch what the WEF and the globalists say. You know they just have conferences and say that shit out loud, right? It's because normies are too afraid to look at it. I might be doing something wrong if I learn how they're enslaving me. No, but you fucking use this nonstop. Oh, as long as compliance was fun and consumable, we're cool doing it. Holy shit.
I don't know how they'd fancy it. They're determined. All the parties were determined to bring in digital ID. We have got a financial crash, the failure of the fiat currency Ponzi scheme to look forward to in the next couple of years.
See, this is a bomb ass video. You needed to. This should have been. You see, I'm not a pro either, Eric. I'm not a pro, and I'm not going to be a pro. I don't want to be a pro, and I'm not trying to get paid. I've asked you for nothing, and I will not ask you for anything by the time it's over. Now, if I made this, I would have cut out all the election integrity stuff, and I would have, I guess, This, so the problem is the title just, there's nothing hookable unless maybe I'm from that area. You know what I mean? That was the problem. This is powerful ass communication there.
It's going to happen. And obviously they want to do, the elites want to replace that with a central bank digital currency, a programmable currency. They won't need to put the fences up around your 15-minute communities if they bring in central bank digital currencies because it's programmable.
Now, the problem here, yep, sounds good. You know, so this is the conspiracy theorist wet dream moment, but you know they have to reclaim the country, because it turns out people who allow I would rather eat rabbits and live in the woods before I have to worry about someone giving me something. So if they take away my ability to live, I'm certainly not moving into the 15-minute city because that. So you know the whole group that ain't going for that? Well, you're gonna see a problematic future until they deal with that issue. Because see, the cities are a wet dream, but they're going to implode long before country living does. As always. As always. Because the 900 people here have found a way to self-sustain, well, for over 100 years. Oh, wait, they live in the woods and then they manufacture wood products. Wait, they farm the land to create food that they can sustain themselves on. And then the population doesn't change because there's only so much resources and so blah. Do you see how when y'all pile in the city, you need your big daddy government evil demon monster to let a little drip of cricket paste get in your mouth? They do.
They will program it so your bank card does not work 15 minutes away from your home.
The fucking squirrels and the rabbits and the deers don't know shit about bank cards. I'm grateful I live in a place where they have not disarmed us yet.
And that's how they will pen everybody in. They'll know exactly where you are all the time.
Oh, wait. You had to double down on that so you just think I'm an arrogant douchebag. No. The cities have machete fights, but then everywhere else that opened up constitutional carry has seen a drop in crime, in violent weapons-based crime. Turns out the weak don't actually impose their will when they think they're going to get capped for it. No cap.
Will pen everybody in. They'll know exactly where you are all the time, and they're going to they're seeking to control us. You're seeing.
Well, that's why cash is so important, isn't
absolutely,
it? That's why we have
absolutely.
to use cash.
They can't trace the cash,
no,
and I try and use it as much as I can.
Can I just ask you, Andrew, because you mentioned all these major political parties, or you implied about them, Tyson and Farage, etc. What about David Curtin? What do you think of the Heritage Party?
Okay,
yeah, David Curtin's a good.
We're going to go like this. I'm going to pause and I'm going to skip the local politics part, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do a couple chores, let it play in the background, and when there's something, I don't want to insult it. I have no disrespect for these subjects. I just have no interest in these subjects. And yeah, we'll be smart this time. All right, never mind. His the conversation's getting a lot stronger. Basically skips to trying to break from the uniparty system, and that's important.
I mean, this party is very small. It's not going anywhere at the moment. We are, if we're going to have any chance of any semblance of a party that's breaking out of the uniparty system, and it's very hard because the people who control everything, they've currently got the ability to create money from nothing.
Oh, yeah, there's the yeah.
Most people have got a price.
Now, that's why I go with what they do in the dark and secret. Because, see, they can buy whatever they want, and normies think that's cool for some reason. They're somehow impressed by that ability. Oh, you got more than me. You're better than me. Are they? Are they really? So until we get rid of the whole group that thinks they can buy their way to power, or anyone who covets power, I say the same thing all the time. The best supervisor in a local factory should be moved to a mayor's position in town. The longest running honest banker should be tasked at juggling the community's finances. If you want your utopian shit to come together, then you'd have to take the willing to do what has to be done set and task them with the jobs we need to have done so there's accountability. And stop letting anyone who covets power obtain it. That's the problem with every socialist dream. You don't explain how you get rid of the elites. And no offense, I'm not positive the elites are better than the garbage men. I actually need the garbage man. I don't need, and I don't mean this person, I mean the elites, pedo elites. I don't see how they affect or we need them at all. Wait, they're money. Holy shit. Once again, we get back to, man, maybe we got to cover labor and ability, not purchasing power.
What I have found over the last 4 years, that half the people who came to help me, people who volunteered either their time or financial support, it turned out that they were actually working for the World Economic Forum. They weren't working for me. And that's the half I've found out about. Unfortunately, most people in the world have got a price. And the people we're up against who seek to control every aspect of our lives, they can pay that price because they create the money ultimately, the central bankers.
Yeah,
It'd be like me bribing people with buckets of air.
Yeah, sure.
It's point. You know, I can give you.
Sadly, people can, that they lack integrity. Most, the majority of people see.
Most people have got pressures on them. That means they have a price. But unfortunately, quite honestly, unless your price is your life, you can't resist it.
Of course.
And it's very difficult to be in that situation.
The tears in Parliament yesterday. You said the bookkeeper was crying. What happened there?
Well, Rachel Reeves cried. What you've got to say is, I mean, I know all the characters who are on the Labour front bench. I've known them for Starmer 10 years in Parliament. They're very private people. They try not to give anything away because they've got so much to hide. These people are just puppets. And what they...
That's why over here we're really pissed about the Epstein thing. Yep. Destructure the entire planet then. Because if abuse and blackmail is the currency they exchange, how can any normie accept that as a world? Those are the people doling out your privileges and rewards? Because they took away your rights. They only function left-hand path. Create, control, destroy. Create, control, and destruction.
They're deeply flawed and would not thrive in really any aspect of life apart from politics, where they're propelled to this position of supposedly power and responsibility. They actually have no power. They're implementing policies.
It was Eric, wasn't it? Eric. Oh, shit. Where did we find it? Damn it. Oh, first and foremost, I think this is hilarious. Do you see how the comments literally not visible? I would have to go by newest. I'd have to sort first to bring it up. Craig. I went with Eric. I'm sorry, Craig. My uncle's name's Craig. I should have got that quicker. My neighbor's named Eric. I'm bad with names. I am not bad with some other stuff, I hope. Craig, I am not. Thank you. And this is why I think it wasn't visible. The fact that you came back with a more nuanced a comment instead of the never again, I'm a ranty. Well, I tell everybody I'm an idiot. And unfortunately, if you just dropping in raw to one of 5,000 plus videos, oof, it's going to be hard to draw some context on who and what I am. Now, if you watched the natural law videos and the reactions and everything I recorded up to this point, well, then you'd understand that there's an actual running narrative here. There are subjects that we built the foundation on the channel on, and your boy here is steeped in that shit now. I like it. And you're correct. The problem is the lying. So I got into reacting because, damn it, I could tell they were lying. Oh, I do this at the right point because I'm supposed to, but I got nothing pertinent to say. And I'll be damned, everything I watch actually affects me. With either boredom or excitement. Fear or knowledge. I think that's I'm trying to reference this morning. Oh, shit. Forgive. All right.
They're deeply flawed and
oddly enough, it was in there. I thought something was wrong.
Would not thrive in really any aspect of life apart from politics, where they're propelled to this position of supposedly power and responsibility. They actually have no power. They're implementing policies told to them.
There's solid rhetoric there. Propelled to the... I mean, I'm just saying. It's very well spoken. At that... I'm jelly of his rhetoric right there. It was fucking solid.
Where they're propelled to this position of supposedly power and responsibility. They actually have no power. They're implementing policies told to them. And what they don't like...
That's not kissing your ass, and that's not making up for doing anything wrong, because I didn't do anything wrong the first time. But I am certainly glad that I'm willing to take the high road in certain interactions instead of just get uppity and say, hey, F off, there's the door. This was well worth our time. It was just tough to get through local politics.
Now is that the policies clearly are very, very unpopular with the public, and they have to face the public backlash. And they can't cope with it. But these are not their policies. They're not their policies. They're told what to do. And they should never have signed up to betray the British people in the way that they have. But there is a backlash to that, and that is that the public, these people won't be able to walk the streets. What I will say is my situation.
Ooh, I don't want to be a dick to you, but I think that's why they're doing your mass immigration. See, they're gonna switch the demographic of the country, and then all of you that know you got railroaded, tough shit. You're now a minority in your own country, and then they let you let them hunt you, let them abuse you. Now I'm not saying I'm this, that, or the other. I don't know. Maybe I'm only getting one side of that story, so I wouldn't want to be a hater. But it sure looks like you're just being erased from history, one group at a time. And I would just reflect upon as many what does London look like today videos as you want. I mean, do you have a chance to deal with this subject and get out of the hole you're in? Or does all of Europe fall? Now, as an arrogant tinfoil hat wearing American, I tell everybody, watch how Europe crumbles. You'll see what they want to implement here, because there's a gun raffle and rifles hanging from the bar I work in. I literally think to myself, well, they have an entire group in this country they'd have to deal with before they can do half of this shit. And I would use every baby in cages video to clarify my position over here. because the hearts and minds rhetoric is insane on all sides, right? It's just crazy, the propaganda going on. Um, but I do fear for y'all over there because I think you're a long ways out. So your language laws going to be problematic if you can't speak. Now, when we were freeing ourselves from you cats, I hear that a small amount of people speaking in private were able to organize a revolution to free them from the tyranny that they were being suppressed by. It seems like framework is in place. I'm just saying, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. The machete attacks and y'all chaining kitchen knives to your shit, that seems like a rough path straight downhill. There's my reflection.
Also, is my situation. It doesn't matter which street I walk on and which city or town in the country where I'm speaking, from one end of from the north of England to the West Country to London. People stop me and shake my hand. Former prime ministers have to have bodyguards. You can see why they have to have bodyguards. And I would point out again that this was all set in motion a long time ago. In 1997, the first thing that Tony Blair's government did when they got into power was unexpected. It wasn't in their manifesto. They removed the death penalty from the Treason Act. There's a reason that that was the most important thing for Tony Blair's.
Yeah, we talk about that. Hey, y'all, yeah, I'm just other side of the world. We're tossing around that treason idea quite often now. Just like that Epstein list, I think what I really like to see is accountability and some jailings. I'm not a big fan of setting up the guillotine French Revolution style, but honestly, someone might have to really pay some prices for this, for a restructuring to take place. Because, man, they'll bank on you if you rob your neighbor's house, but they'll make you CEO if you rob the whole city. Shit like that gonna have to change, right? Is there an elite? Now, I'm not talking about this gentleman because we already went through railroaded at the elections. They just sweep you under the rug. The same influencers and power structures, it appears, can't actually be infiltrated. You can only pretend to be an outsider and get in. But then they buy you off too. Weird how that power corrupts. Every time.
New government to do. And I put it to your viewers that every Prime Minister and every Cabinet Minister, I believe, has committed treason against you, the public, ever since then. And that's how the slide we're seeing in our country, the net zero policies, which have made us the most expensive energy in the world.
Forgive me. Is Andrew Bridgen fighting against the New World Order? Seems like a more appropriate title for this video. I would have waded through the other shit. I have guilt now. Craig nailed it. He's right. There's so much. We're going to get part 2. We're going to get part 3. He's exactly correct. And then this is what Erica and the Amoebas told us. Because we'll have to wrap this up soon. I still got to go to work. Doesn't matter that it has 9 views. It's the ideas within. And you took the time. You took the time. I appreciate that, so that's why I went back. But the numbers don't matter. It's the ideas within. So I thank you. I appreciate that you pointed this stuff out and got me involved. Craig, I'll be back for more. We'll finish a little more. We'll go back a little more here, but I'm going to wrap this up. And thank you. Now, they're ranty too. It's what I do, man. All right? But the Natural Law series is very good. You might like it. That's the reason I found this. So, I mean, I do the same gig, but I'm trying to apply some of these things to my life. And I'm trying to say, until we have the tough conversation, it will never change. All opinions for entertainment purposes only, of course, because I don't want to get reamed. But yeah, the conversation's got to change. Our mindset has to change. We have to go after the elite control structure. They're not better than us. They're fucking weird. They're weirdos hiding behind money and walls.
Has meant that we're deindustrializing. We're losing jobs. We're using manufacturing jobs because no one can afford to manufacture anything. This is a deliberate policy of moving all those jobs to China and India and destroy.
Until the robot workforce is ready. It's very interesting what we're getting. Robot workforce. We're fucked there. I got to take the dog out. We're going to wrap it up. Half hour. This is very interesting. I will finish it up. Later.